So with this, we'll go to the third presentation. By now, Mr. Markos is here. I call upon Mr. Markos to the podium, please.
Good morning, everybody. First of all, my apologies that I've not made it on time this morning, and I appreciate to see all of you. Today, I'll be presenting to you about technology, what we intend to do for the Ethiopian insurance industry, and what we've already started as well. It's truly an exciting time for the insurance industry, especially with the new digitization. The title of my presentation being Harnessing Connected and Cloud Solution for a Profitable Transformation. So, okay. Yeah, all right. Okay, yes. So, my company that I work for is called MKTY. We are almost a 30-year-old company. And I'm the managing director of that organization. Okay, next slide, please. All right, okay. Just to give you a few seconds highlight of who we are. We formed in 1994, and we started by being IBM resellers. And some of our achievements are we're the first to introduce ATM for the banking industry in 1998. And then also had supplied some mid-range servers for the telco before the year 2000. From 2000, fast forward to 2010, we supplied the first IoT devices for vehicle driver behavior monitoring. And Shell, at that time, Ethiopia, Sudan, and Djibouti, we have done close to 1,000 vehicle implementation, and we are part of their major safety program. Then Total Ethiopia has taken over that technology as well. At that time, it was a more passive technology. Now we have progressed that into a more connected insurance program and also a more comprehensive fleet management solution as well. And then also we've, in early 2000, core banking solution was also some of the first thing that we've done to introduce for the banking industry. So successfully implemented also and introduced speed limiters, and I'm glad to mention that you insurers have been part of that initiative. Recall Ethiopian Insurance, Awash Insurance, and specifically I would like to thank the late Aton Sanai from Niala Insurance, who's taken up this idea and also given a premium discount for their customers at that time. So it's a very good practice initiative, but the regulations was not there at that time, but now things are changing, and we see more results in the coming years. Other success are, largest also fastest implemented core banking solution for Bunna Bank. I'm sure some of you are here from Bunna Insurance. And also the introduction of, digital insurance. We've been part of the insurance community. We've hosted some 2 or 3 insurance events in the past as well. Okay. Okay, so this is one of the recent insurance events we've done with the Association of Ethiopian Insurers. This was in end of 2022. So we've had some good speakers from the region, to share their experience. We have had the chairman of the United Insurance from Sudan at that time, a Fidelity Bank underwriting and operations head, who've been, sharing their experience to you, the insurers, about some of the implementation of their core systems, especially the connected insurance that I'll be also discussing today. So it's been, as I've mentioned, a good journey with insurers here in Ethiopia that we've had. In 2011, we've hosted the first technology event, again with the support of insurers. So, I can see some of you here also still young and thriving, I may say. So the other things we've done is, it's been 24 years since we've, introduced IoT devices for safety. We've taken some 23, transporters to South Africa in March 2000, as you can see. So in 2003, that was our first implementation. That was the most successful delivery of speed governor introduction was Mr. The late Mr. Nausanai. About 250 people attended that event. So, we've been there, we understand the business. Now, we've now also signed up with a partnership with a regional leader of core insurance supplier and the digital insurance technology provider called TurnQuest, over 60 clients in Africa. And we've had a number of engagements here in Ethiopia and expecting a few deals to come in the coming, this year possibly. So as you can see, we cover all the areas with them, like the brokerage. Some of the leading brokerages in Kenya are using their solution, and bank assurance and other solutions like Equity, KCB are also using that, and leading insurers like Fidelity, where the core system is also integrated with other digital initiatives like connected insurance are also being implemented. So, we've seen that, insurers in Ethiopia, they are very much keen to deploy, high-end solutions. There's a learning curve from other regions as well, and we see the eagerness and keenness. But, we see our insurers partners are always challenged by the finance and investments around technology. So we've been, studying and also discussing with few insurers, and now we're happy to mention that we are now launching this year a subscription or a cloud-based solution which we're calling Insurance in a Box, which we see that it will be transforming the insurance industry. Just to give you some few trends of how things are going in Ethiopia, the digital wave has come, SMS, mobility, location management, biometrics, national ID, also, the regulation strongly now also looking to regulate and monitor financial institutes is always upgrading and changing. As earlier mentioned, it's more now on not on competing on premiums, but rather on service quality. So loyalty, debit cards, discount coupons and mobile transactions are becoming more and more very much common. The telcos and also the microfinance industry, also cross-selling bank assurance is something of which we'll be seeing in the near future as well in Ethiopia. So current trends across the board, globally we see robotics coming up, in terms of chatbots and customer engagement methods. Also the mobility part of it. People are now having their mobile phones and depending on them to purchase, buy, transact. Of course, in Ethiopia as well, EVs now are becoming the trends, electronic vehicles. So that brings new opportunities and challenges for insurers. We see cloud, not insurers not investing on infrastructures or on softwares, but focusing on their business is becoming also a trend. The other thing is also utilizing big data, several informations. Now with the national ID being coming also, you'll be able to identify individuals and really engage on those on the data platform. And the other thing is also blockchain, which is something which we foresee coming, really depending and authenticating those informations. But IoT is something which is now happening, which our company is also promoting. This is the Internet of Things, onboard vehicle tracking systems and speed governors are directly related to your business. So, in terms of trends, we have about, 120 plus million, and the good thing is also very young population. We see the internet usage increasing, a lot of mobile users, and the good thing is also smart mobile users are increasing. The growth is also, a huge status. Also, we have now a lot of agents, about 1.8 thousand people have one agent. So there's a lot of remote access of agents for individual Ethiopians. So the part of the challenge which I would like to mention is, for insurance leaders having is financial operational weaknesses, issues like not getting the right, reconciliations in terms of financial reports, inefficiencies across operations. The other challenge as leaders of insurance industry, I'm sure you'd agree, is the failing customer relationship. So, insurers are not really reaching out to individual customers, and that is really, not having that customer as loyal to their companies. The vulnerabilities of technologies and infrastructures, we've seen very preliminary type of technologies being used, and insurers have been really investing on technologies for the sake of compliancy, but this has now need to shift, and it's not because of national banks' regulatory mandate, but really to change the customer experience and the service, and that is also something which leaders in the insurance industries are being challenged with. And compliance and regulation hurdles, I'm sure every time the laws are changing, and that's also some huge challenge for the insurance leaders. The organization misalignment is also the strategies and also executing those strategies, across the management levels and employees is also one challenge that we see. In terms of technology, we see limited IT resources and budgets. This is very important. Insurers, as I mentioned earlier, they want to invest on top of the line technology, but the budgets may not be there, the forex may not be available. So this is something that we see, our insurance organizations are being challenged with, and also the customers' changing needs are constant. We need to compete. You need to compete in services. So different service, different rates, different incentives needs to be developed, and that is very difficult for insurers to follow through. The regulation compliance, to implement core insurance system in a short time, to change into those regulatory infrastructure or requirements, that is also a big challenge, as I mentioned earlier. So there's a huge challenge for businesses to stay competitive and successful, and we see a solution which we suggest as insurance in a box that will help you accelerate the road to launch and help you to be more competitive and agile in the industry that we have. So why insurance in a box is, or we call it as a cloud hosting platform, where insurers do not need to invest upfront for the whole software or even hardware as well. So there is a reduction in 50% on initial implementation, and that is an upfront. Our company with our partners, depending on the type of modules and technologies that you're taking, will be investing on this platform, and where insurers will be paying on a subscription base. So the development time and testing, if you recall, most of the implementations that had happened in the past take years and longer time to implement. That is costing insurers a lot of time and money. So what we have planned and come up with is to develop the insurance application and solution which fits the local market, so that it's like a turn and off. You have within a few weeks a product that you can launch and use in your organization. So less requirement gathering. So this is working with insurer consultants for the Ethiopian industry to tailor fit the product to fit the Ethiopian market. And less involvement from subject matter experts, so your team will not be, fully engaged, but they will be engaged in innovating how to use the system. So the main thing that we'll be looking at and to help the insurers is to save cost and make the solution affordable and still provide you top-of-the-line technology and solution. So basically what we put in that insurance in a box is the general insurance or the core insurance solution, also the unified single view of master data, API gateways connecting to, let's say, Telebir, M-Pesa, and all other third-party gateways. This is very important to connect and engage with your clients. Document management integration, analytical platforms so that you can measure all the the data that you'll be getting through your company. And the bank assurance, I'm sure that will be coming. Most of you have partnership with banks, so the banks will be able to sell insurance products down the line. And micro insurance is also a huge business here in opportunity in Ethiopia. General brokers, now there's good network of brokerage firms here in Ethiopia. So we are also launching a product for them so that they can better engage with their clients as well. So the financial management, general engage platform, which is very important, the mobility, mobile app, internet portals. Clients do not want to, these days, to come to your shop or your office. They would like to pay their insurance premiums, see their policies, renew it from their phone. So that comfort level is already there, so we'll be leveraging on that as well. And insurance telematics is, we're now almost at the final stage. We're doing, hopefully once we've done the POC and announce it, we'll declare that. But that is coming, and I'll be also presenting a few slides on that. Going forward, where do you now host this data, all this information? So we've also partnered and have an understanding with the only tier 3 data center here in Ethiopia with the investment of $20 million plus. It's in the IT park. So this is, a huge setup where, the network security, the backup redundancy is, facilitating. It's also carrier neutral, so you can connect to M-Pesa and Telebur, so you are available at all times for your customers. So you can host your data as this data center with a very good and special rates, which we have now with this organization, Rexio. So this is also an option that we are bringing to the table. So a few of the things that we are now also, I don't want to delve deep into this, but AI is something that is coming, which insurers need to very much look at. I'll show you a few slides where we leverage artificial intelligence, but that is basically an area where you need to look at in terms of automating your system. So in overall, the digital insurance, how we define it, is to streamline your processes in terms of underwriting and claims and other operations. Basically also the verticals like health, auto, life, and property. All your operations can be automated, and the main benefits is basically also to increase efficiency, customer experience, provide more insight, cost minimization, and of course profit generation. And of course AI is now becoming a key factor where you can, in terms of claim processing, workflows, there is a clear component that AI plays. So SaaS adoption is software as a service. You don't need to invest right up front on the software and hardwares. Building that type of data center, I'm sure insurance organizations who've already invested in softwares, you might have come up with a huge request for data center investment, which can amount to several million dollars. So that challenge can actually be outsourcing, and that's the trend going forward. And IoT applications, as I've mentioned, it's not only on vehicle or connected vehicles, but also on health and security. There are smart devices that you can deploy at your customer sites and have more insight and monitoring in place. And personalization is also very important. You need to make sure that each individual is basically able to get a right personalized service, and you need to know your clients as well. So next, what I would like to, I'll be presenting and run you a few slides is on a connected insurance, or what's called user-based insurance. We understand, the Ethiopian market, automotive or auto insurance is large. It covers majority of your business, but that is a very risky business nowadays because of inflation, in vehicles with the introduction of EVs. Insurers are paying a lot of money for premium settlements when accident occurs. So how do we then make that more profitable and even provide better services? So the definition UBI is actually an auto insurance where rates are based on the driving behavior of individuals, of your customers. Okay, so then basically you will incentivize or award for better service, driving behaviors. And also, pay as you drive it's called, if the vehicle is not driven most of the year and parked, it's less risk, so clients should be getting reasonable premium rates compared to the minimum. but there is always an incentivization that needs to be done. So implementation has to be very easy. So it's like connected with the client's phone, and with a few minutes you can deploy an IoT device in the vehicle, even by the client himself. So the other thing is risk assessment. Whenever accidents have happened, you'll be getting a reconstruction of how that accident has occurred. So there is a clear first notification of loss will be directly communicated to the insurance company as well. So the cost savings are also for both the policyholder and also for the insurers, as this will provide them a personalized kind of pricing. And there is also a phased rollout that we are proposing. You can start by awarding points. You can connect it to a marketplace, and you can scale it up so that each insurance can actually have that those clients stick to them. The other, I would like to quote Mark Breding, what he has mentioned. The future of insurance is connected, data-driven, and personalized. So telematics and IoT are the catalyst of this transformation. So we need to be ready for the future. Our insurers have to start applying smart technologies so that they are ready for the current customers, the millennials and the young generation, and also to stay in business and become profitable. Because we understand most insurers are challenged with making good profits. So some of the reason why we've launched the UBI business setup is because of the rising insurance costs. Every year our currency is losing its value, and also the cost of parts, vehicles, accidents are surmounting, and we need to make sure that needs to be capped and managed. And access of lack of risk assessments. So most of the time, insurers are not being able to really assess the client who is the risky one and who's not. So to give you that visibility, and also inefficient claim management. In most cases, after accidents have happened, the claim process is really time-taking and inconvenience for the customers. So the challenge to overcome is basically offer an objective premium for each customer, and make sure that the frequency of accidents, claims, and claim ratios are reduced, and you want to maintain the loyalty and the customer in your organization. So, and also while getting more new customers by offering them a very good service and cost. So the market, for the fleet operators, especially the larger ones, some challenge they see is, the competitive market as well as disruptive competitions. Most customers are not struggling to make money in the transport industry, and also the fuel cost and maintenance are increasing. So optimization, improvement of drivers and availability. There's also a challenge of having good drivers. So this is also one other area that needs to be looked at. And the traditional journey, as I've displayed here, you buy an insurance through a broker or agent, then the policy coverage begins. There's no objectivity or average based. So you take the price that has been given to you. So the fleet driver, you don't know how the driver is behaving as an insurer or the transporter. And then when accidents come, how the first notification of loss is, it's not really reported in real time. It takes time, and there is also, when a renewal comes, the transporter just looks at for a good price. If he gets it, he moves to the next insurer. So there's no real loyalty and traction that is being created. So the traditional journey that is here in our market as well is, limited information. You don't know, if those transporter or driver is, profitable for you or not. Drivers are not aligned. They are not really motivated to become good citizens. We've seen with our fleet business a lot of fuel thefts, bad driving behaviors on the road, speed, harsh braking. So as long as the driver is not noticed, that bad behavior still continues. And insurance premiums are not based on that transporter's profitability, driver's behavior, but maybe how many vehicles it has. But at the end of the day, that client may not be even worthwhile for the insurers. So, in terms of fleet operations, basically transporters buy fleet management here, another system there. So they want a one-stop shop. So that's what, we are delivering as well. And our tracking system, it considers the communication barriers in Ethiopia. Some of our customers drive outside Ethiopia, so we have our devices keep in their memories the device, the movements and some of the driver behaviors there as well. So, the aligned, efficient, fleet, the UBI is basically connected, and also you have a fuel analysis of the driver. Also, it gives you a maintenance visibility and fuel management, and also driver analytics feedbacks, and also it's environmentally friendly and meets also the drivers or the transporters, the insurance firms also goal. So just to show you, there is this on the left is a small device which we now launching for small vehicles. That's it's a Bluetooth IoT device. It connects with your Bluetooth and reports the behavior of the driver. It's a stick on the windshield of the car as well. So we have a more complex devices as well. So this is a gamification and mobile app that we provide. So transporters or vehicle drivers can be motivated. You can give them scores, be able to gauge all this. How they speed, accelerate, harsh brake, corner, and be able to give them a scoring as well, so they can be motivated. I think one area that maybe as you can see here, it's a reconstruction of the vehicle accident when it happens. So once there is a claim to coming to your office, you'll be able to basically see how that accident happens, assess the damage as well, how that damage, if there is also a life injury on that accident, so you'll get the speed. And, without going to the field, you'll be getting this first notification of loss and reconstruction of accidents with the system that we provide. So it shows you how the accident happens. The Google map is there. Can give you an overhead view, bird's eye view of the location and assessment of where the accident or how much damage is there. Okay, so this is part of the AI which is already there, and we are also providing to customers. So this gamification is also there to motivate clients, like you may be able to provide for a good driving habit, a free coffee at Tomoka or a water jar from Warit, those kind of incentivization will be there. And that is something that you can do on the corner. You can see, hey, Mr. Customer, you've done well, and we are planting 20 trees on your name. So, it's always engaging, and you can motivate your clients to be more, aware. The other thing that I would like to show is whenever an accident happens, it always takes time to do the claim reporting, then get a feedback. So with a smartphone, your client himself or herself can take a picture, okay, of the surrounding of the vehicle, and then with our software, it will be able to, with the AI engine, be able to assess where the damage has occurred and be able to give you a complete report, summary of, and then that can be also, checked. So this would fast track the claim process and inspection. Okay, so, I think one just small video of the UBI business, which has been promoted in Israel, same products we are promoting here. So this is just to show you an insurance company, promoting their solution. So, whenever the driver is going on the road, it showed that, he will get a score for good behavior, and the score decreases for a very bad behavior. So as you can see here, whenever he does, good curving, accelerometer is there on the vehicle, and bad harsh braking, the score decreases. So each time it gives him on his mobile phone how he's doing. So the insurer is always there, telling him that you've done well or you've done bad. And the next time when he comes, if it's done well, the insurance will say the same or reduce. But if it is bad, then you have to increase the premium. Okay, so there's an application like Ethiopian Insurance or Niala or other can do this. and you will be able to, basically get, now this is the device, see how it's been installed, put it on the windshield, connect it with your phone, you're up and connected, okay? All right, so the best practice is basically, I'm finalizing, sorry for that. So, you need to discuss how you'll be able to implement UBI business. Each insurer has its own requirements, so we'll be able to work with you. We're already engaging on this, and then we collaborate and do a proof of concept. So we'll give you several equipment, develop your UBI business. So it's not tracking, but basically to make sure what's profitable for you, which customers have to be motivated, how does your risk assessment work. So we work with your underwriting claims team to develop that algorithm for your specific organization. So it has to be flexible and scalable, okay? So I think in terms of benefit, I've already mentioned, but it's 24/7 visibility. Clients are aware, they'll get an added fleet telematics beyond UBI, so it benefits everyone in the ecosystem. So finally, accurate risk management is a main benefit of UBI, and real-time monitoring, which promotes safe driving habits, and usage-based insurance potentially cost saves for everyone. So adoption, the future of insurance is to this IoT and telematics, and also the home insurance, there is the technologies coming for that. Health is also something which we are seeing, and there is always, with technology, for insurers to innovate. Thank you very much for your time, and I'm sorry that I've probably 5 minutes.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Markos, for your very interesting presentation. Audience, apologies if times are exceeded, but it is for the freedom of presenters and at the same time for you to get as much as possible from our presenters. I don't have to recapitulate all what Mr. Markos had said, but in his presentation, and especially in the quotation, he told that the future of insurance is connected, data-driven, and personalized. The whole purpose of using technology in the insurance or any other discipline while providing service for customers is basically in these days because of the customer-centric approach that business organizations should follow, because it requires giving convenient service for customers. That makes companies preferred and also drive customers to pay price for exceptional service. So technology is no more a platform for us to operate, rather it is a business model that we should follow to sell our products and services. So because of this, I think we have a lot to engage with technology in the adoption of the relevant kind of services in the InsurTech. So Mr. Markos has given us also a practical presentation on how technology is adopted in the insurance sector in risk assessment and following up the behavior of customers, and also how it impacts the pricing and claims management aspect. So this is very critical for a market like us. We need to ask ourselves on the quality of our data, on how well we know our customers, and on based on what factors we give pricing on our insurance products as well. So it is connected with the issues raised in the previous presentations as well. So automation or operation is one area given focus by the regulatory authority as well. Insurance companies are directed to implement automation of our core insurance business. So it aligns with the regulatory requirement as well. So we have to do this. So Mr. Markos has perfectly shown us what is out there for us to adapt for our industry.